I joined Guardian, the Guardian family, and this really dynamic leadership team just in January of this year. And the focus really was on establishing a framework and a philosophy for managing operations across the entire group. But in addition to that, we needed to understand how best to make sure that the shared services functions really supported the business units in a meaningful way. So along came Greer Quan to try to make that work. For me, it's the interconnectedness between business units and operations that truly unlocks value, and it accelerates the ability to deliver. And then on top of that, it ensures that we have a commitment to a continuation of service that is not only redounding to the benefit of our customers, but also to our employees. And I really love the Guardian framework for that reason. I've been a Guardian client now for 20 years. So this is not a new thing for me. It's about disciplined execution with measurable outcomes. And I love the tagline that says, live easy. So you have this disciplined execution with these measurable outcomes, and they're telling you to live easy too. So how does operations get in the midst of that to make that work? Well, we can't be a cost center. We have to deliver true value, create value, co-create value with our business units, optimize what we do, and leverage, of course, their strengths, and do it within the context of accountability. So it's standardization where it matters, flexibility where it counts, and of course making sure that we do all of that in a space of service excellence at all times. So what are the forces that are shaping Guardian Group's focus? When we look at the regional footprint for Guardian, and we look at the global insurance landscape, the trends mirror each other. And so if it is that we had to manage risk and understand how the challenges are headed on, we have to look at the global recommendations as well. So we have one of the examples of this is where we have inconsistent growth across our territories. In some markets, we have persistent foreign exchange constraints that tighten liquidity, and then in others, we have high growth opportunities, for example, Guyana and Suriname. The focus there in a situation like that is to instill operational agility and resilience. That is something that, notwithstanding that Guardian is a large, complex organization, it is nimble, it is responsive. I'm not going to talk too much about the hurricane situation because I know that that Dean, Karen will kind of talk through that. But really, the response to that is, in fact, very consistent with the global recommendations. It's about building predictive models to manage emerging risks. And then in the midst of all of that, we know that in the Caribbean, we have a high incidence of non-communicable diseases and an increasing aged population. All of that is telling us is that we're going to have rising insurance claims and widening protection gaps. The model tells us, do a test, learn, and adapt culture. That's what we have to do. And that is built into the DNA of Guardian and the way that we approach things. And then in response to how customers are being demanding in terms of expecting digital first and real-time service, Guardian is on top of that as well. We are focusing on modernizing our systems. We are ensuring that we have tools that will support the business units, and we are making sure that we have a digital-first focus. So the foundation is already set. We're well on the way. In terms of growth acceleration, we have, in fact, been strengthening sales and distribution capacity across our distribution channels, namely agency, bank assurance brokers, and our digital channels. On platform modernization, I mentioned that we are creating a digital-first backbone. That is, of course, to enable scale, speed, and a seamless customer experience. For capital, and profitability discipline, we are improving returns to our investors through reinsurance optimization, in-force management, and of course, operational efficiency. And we are driving execution excellence by institutionalizing governance, making sure that we have a very safe, secure project delivery discipline and talent capability for sustainable impact. And there have been a number of wins already. We are shoring up our governance guardrails. We are looking at our existing policies, making enhancements. We are being responsive to some of the new policies that we have to develop, for example, AI-related. And then on our systems and platforms, we have an automation focus so that we can, in fact, deliver accurate service in real time. But we can't, of course, forget our human capital. So we have already developed an enhanced people and culture framework. And that didn't just happen by chance. That happened as a result of the process excellence review that was done during the course of this year in our HR team. Some deep work making sure that we can optimize our processes and have a team that is willing, raring, and ready to go to support the business units, of course. And that same kind of deep work is happening in our IT departments as well. And then what I know the BUs love is the customer experience dashboards that are coming out, which I have to give credit to Shira and her team. They are really giving us strategic insights into our customer behavior so that we can make sure and grow our existing base through upsells, cross-sells, etc., as well as start to focus on our target audience and target market. So my presentation is short, and I just want to say that in closing, we have met our commitment to deliver real, sustainable efforts and energies for disciplined execution that show measurable outcomes so that our investors can live easy.